Hi there, it's Liz Yule from Old Stables Crafts again, and welcome back to another in the mini-series of Get It While It's Discounted and Still Available. Today I am looking at some of the Affectionately Yours designer series paper, or should I say specialty designer series paper, and washi tape, and also the Sweet Sentiments stamp set. So let's start with that. The wood mount version is still at full price at £25, but the clear mount, which is what this is reduced from £18 to £15.30. So quite a nice little saving there, and it covers all sorts of events. So we've got Easter, thanks, and just some generic bits and pieces. I'm going to be using Best Guy Ever, because I also want to challenge myself to make Affectionately Yours more masculine. So that's the stamp set. These are the washi tapes, which are reduced from £7.25 to £4.35. And I'm going to be using this copper embossing tape. So I'll pop the others to one side. This is pretty much, apart from the pack that I've sorted out ready for the card, all I've got left from the designer series paper. So I've got some of this copper, crumb cake and copper paper, which is obviously one of the speciality papers. This is one of the other speciality papers. Well, it's the other speciality paper. I think that's all I've got left of that. Then I've got some little bits of the other papers left. These are pieces that are actually quite useful sizes for cards. So I have no doubt that I will be using those up very soon. These are actually specialty. So yeah, that's actually all I've got left. So yeah, I obviously liked that. So that, as I say, that's reduced from £11.75 to £8.35. Sorry, £8.23. So again, a good saving on that. So let's get on with the card. I'm starting with a crumb cake base. So this is A4 cut in half and scored down the middle. Then I have got my normal big mat of Night of Navy. So this is cut at my standard size of 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, and that's 14 1/4 by 9 3/4 centimetres. Then on the speciality paper, I have cut this at my normal second size mat, which is 5 1/2 by 3 3/4, which is 14 by 9 1/2. These measurements will be on my blog, and there'll be a link to that below. This little piece of Night of Navy, I had to say I've just cut at an arbitrary size. It's about 2 1/2 by about 1 3/4. And that's what we're going to use for stamping. So let's do that first, because we're then going to do some heat embossing. So it's nice to get that done before too long, so that can get solid. So the Versamark ink, and as I say, we're using Best Guy Ever because we're coming up to Father's Day, certainly in the UK, so why shouldn't we do Best Guy Ever? So let's get that sort of central. So that's sort of central. Pop that out of the way. And obviously I used my embossing buddy so that I didn't get any stray bits. And then I'm going to use copper embossing powder because we're using copper from the designer series paper. So let's continue to embrace the copper, and then give that a good coating. Just check for any stray bits, which there aren't any, but I wouldn't expect there to be because I used my embossing buddy. But it's always worth just checking. Right, get rid of that. And I'm just going to warm up my heat gun, because it's better to use a heat gun that has been preheated, if you see what I mean. Which that now is. And then I use, this was sold as a cheese board, and a fold back clip, or at least they're called fold back clips in the UK. I'm assuming they are called something similar in other parts of the world. And I would hasten to add that all of the discounts and availability that I'm giving you are for the UK only. I can't count for other markets. I did have an inquiry from someone in Canada who was confused that I was saying a stamp set was available that apparently hasn't been there for 3 weeks. So, but that's because I can only count for UK. Anyway, so let's have a look at this. I'm sorry about the noise. And there we go, good old alchemy. I love it. Just make sure that's all properly melted. What you don't want to do is over melt your embossing powder, because then it just seeps into the paper and stops being shiny. So that's that. I do find that using that board means that I don't end up with burnt fingers. So, and it seems to take the heat quite well. So then all we've got to do is pop this together. So let's grab some of my favourite multi-purpose glue. Those of you that have watched me for any length of time will know that this is my adhesive of choice. You don't need much, but it does give you just that little bit of wiggle room. So let's pop this down. Here we are. And this has no real right way or wrong way up within the pattern, so we don't need to worry about that too much. And again, just a bit of the multi-purpose glue. And then just going to, let's put that right. I'm just going to put a few arbitrary bits of, if I can find the end again. Come along. It's a bit like sellotape. Once you've lost the end, you can never get it back. And I'm just going to pop that there. Actually, I might pop it there, in which case I'm going to put another piece. You can see I planned this. Why would I ever plan anything? That would be far too much like organisation for me. So tomorrow, exciting times, at least hopefully if I get this posted today being Friday, tomorrow I am going to be involved in an event in High Wycombe with Stampin' Up at the Wycombe Swan, which is the theatre there, in the Oak Room. We're doing a kind of coffee and card event, which is a Father's Day themed event. So it's quite reasonable that I have planned a Father's Day card here, or sort of Father's Day card. And it's a free event, and it's really a question of just drop in and craft with us. So if you happen to be in the High Wycombe area, do come along. So there we are, very quick card, very easy card, and because it's all discounted stuff, and not expensive card, and it's gorgeous paper. The washi tape is amazing, so just bring that back in so that you can have another look. And it really is not all feminine, so yeah, I would grab it while you can. And of course this is the wonderful mint macaron, which we're all going to miss. It's actually got quite a lot of the retiring colours, because we've got mint macaron, cucumber crush and watermelon wonder washi tapes there. So if you're going to be sad to see those go, grab them now, and then these two as kind of bonus really. So hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, which will be my face over there. There's links to my store below, and I will try and get the dimensions up as I post this. It's going to be quite tight timing, but I'll give it a go. And I look forward to seeing you very soon. Thanks a lot.